For Audacy, I'm Megan Holiday here at We Can Survive, and I'm here with Weezer.
Yay.
So good to see
Hi,
you
Megan.
guys.
Hola.
Awesome.
Good to see you.
So how's your day been going so far?
Pretty sweet.
It's been a really chill day. It's kind
Right?
of overcast, and we've never played the Hollywood Bowl before.
Really?
No, and so this is kind of check that off.
Yeah.
on our list of things we should do.
The old bucket list.
Yeah, that's what they call
That's
that.
so crazy to me that you guys have never played here. That's so cool. Today's the day.
Yeah, thanks for getting us in.
Hey, I do what I can.
Yeah, I appreciate
it. Before I start, I just did want to take a second to say to Patrick that it was really cool to see you playing at the Taylor Hawkins tribute. That was just really cool experience. And for you to be playing with Def Leppard and Miley Cyrus, I mean, how was that experience?
It was surreal, but I had the best time. So fun. I grew up with that music, and I couldn't have been happier, and I hope Taylor liked it too.
Yeah, it was such a beautiful and emotional night. Yeah, it was awesome. So you guys have obviously been putting out your album Seasons. Your fourth one will be coming out on the first day of winter. And I don't know why I thought this, but I thought that you had written all of the songs in the pandemic and then they were all ready to go. But I recently learned that you're kind of writing them and recording them before the first day of the season.
Well, no, you're right. They were mostly written during the pandemic, and it's this year that we've been recording them furiously, and just trying to figure out what kind of energy they have and what instruments we want to use, all that stuff. But the basic lyrics and melodies were written a while ago.
But they do like mold and shift, when we start playing them together, and keys change and tempos change and that kind of thing.
Did you guys know you were going to do the Seasons before you did it? Or did you just have so many songs you just thought, well, we better break this up?
I think I had probably like a couple songs in each Dropbox folder, and then I started thinking like, how can I divide these up and how can I unify them? And I had 4 folders, so I was like, well, what are there 4 of? Well, there's 4 seasons. And so then it was just a matter of writing the rest of the songs.
I love that. So you kind of had said that the different seasons also correspond with a different emotion. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so on the surface, obviously, like each album has like this seasonal language. Winter talks about snow and being cold, that sort of thing. But also I wanted to distinguish each one with a particular emotion. So like winter is sadness, whereas autumn was anxiety, and summer was anger, spring was optimism. So it kind of gives like 4 different sides of our personality.
I'm surprised summer would be angry.
Yeah, a lot of people said that. It seemed too obvious to do like a fun day at the beach, so I wanted to, it's more like youthful, rebellious anger.
Yeah. You guys recently played at the Troubadour under Goat Punishment, which you've been playing under as a pseudonym for quite a while now. Where does the name come from? Can I ask you that?
Yeah, so we've been using that name since the late 90s. And it's when we want to play a small show, we want to try out some new songs, be very experimental, and we don't want to have the burden of like having to please a big Weezer crowd and by playing the hits. So we used the name Goat Punishment. And I think it came from our old bass player, Mikey Welsh.
From Mikey Welsh.
Yeah, Mikey Welsh.
Yeah. The story was I think he was in a taxi. This is back when they had taxis, and the taxi driver was like kept being like nosy, asking questions like, all right, so what's the name of your band? So Mikey just blurted out Goat Punishment. We've used it ever since.
Did you guys have a blast playing at the Troubadour? I mean, you went from Hella Mega Tour, which I saw you on, and you're playing, Dodger Stadium, these massive stadiums.
I was way more nervous playing the Troubadour than I was Dodger Stadium, which is really bizarre.
I feel you, though, because whenever I go out just to do a stage announcement, if it's a massive crowd, I'm good. I can't see anybody.
It's just like overdone. You can't even really
Yeah.
take anything in. But the Troubadour is so intimate. But I love that place. Such a
Sounds
classic.
great.
Sounds great. Great room. Classic LA venue.
It's
Really
so
cool.
iconic.
Yeah.
Also, we were playing songs that we had just sort of rehearsed and playing them for the first time in front of people, so that was added to the nervous element. We weren't playing songs we've been playing for decades,
Yeah.
So do you guys feel like you're having more fun now than you ever have in your career?
I think so. Yeah, maybe old enough to take it not for granted anymore. Not that I did that much, but you just get older and you can see things a little clearer, and it is super fun to play.
I think that we've seen a lot of that too from people being, cooped up in the pandemic. A lot of bands realized during that time, hey, actually, we really miss being out on tour.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's good to be back.
But I think the way we're doing things now too is more fun for us. Like we're all kind of getting along. It's like our job's a little clearer. We know, it's like we have a path. Like we've really worked hard. Rivers has worked really hard on kind of a system to get stuff done. And I think the last couple months have been pretty amazing.
Yeah, our fans are awesome.
And if you count it up, we've put out 6 albums during the pandemic, or was working on 6 records in the pandemic. So it wasn't like we were sitting around, crying about not touring.
Yeah, you guys were very productive. Is this going to be your 20th album with Winter? Do you know? I was trying to count them up.
Yeah, it's hard. Because they're maybe technically EPs. They're 8 songs, right. So I don't know. It's hard to count now.
We get very technical. What do you call the season's 2 albums? Because there will probably be a double album on vinyl next year.
Oh, awesome.
Which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, maybe they count as 2 albums.
So as you guys kind of, move forward, and I know that you've talked about, well, I was listening to you on the Conan O'Brien podcast, which was really cool. Anyone who hasn't listened to it, it's just so cool to find out so much more about you. Oh. And you talked about how you've learned really how to communicate to each other as a band, and that's kind of the key in staying a band for so long.
Oh, yeah.
Rivers learned that. Yeah. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. We already knew this. We talked to each other.
I'm terrible at it.
Oh, my God. Well, I mean,
Rivers knew it, too. Just need a little guidance.
Well, it's just so awesome that you guys have stayed a band for so long. And something that I've just always wanted to ask you is not only does your music evolve so much, but your style. So, there's like preppy Weezer. There was my favorite tracksuit Weezer during Pork and Beans.
My mom didn't like that.
I loved it so much. And the little mini trampolines on stage, that was the greatest. And then there was, mullet Weezer, which was great. And then now it's kind of Elf in the Forest. Do you guys sit down and talk about, hey, this is the vibe we're going for?
Yes, Brian, we had a hat, and he pulled it out. I was like, oh, Elf in the Forest. Okay.
Well, we always enjoy going to photo shoots and wondering what we're going to wear that day. And you're like, oh, we're Roman. What were we, plebeians? What the heck was that?
We were Roman centurions.
Centurions.
Yeah, I guess when you've, like any relationship, when you've been together a long time, you got to start doing things to spice it up.
Role playing.
Uh-oh.
Ready?
Easy now.
Easy.
Come on, guys. Let's keep it PG here. Oh, my gosh. Well, what are you looking forward to most just as things are kind of moving along? Is it putting out Winter, just continuing to tour?
Yeah, it's going to be amazing to wrap seasons up with Winter and hear the whole thing together finally. And then we got a bunch of really cool touring plans coming up, a lot of international stuff. So we're excited to go out and see the world.
Awesome. Well, I just want to thank you guys so much. This is the first time I've ever gotten to talk to all of you. So it means a lot to me. I've been a fan for so long. So
awesome. Thank you.
Thanks
for
taking the time.
Thanks for having us.
I'm Megan Holiday, Weezer with Audacy. We Can Survive. Thanks for watching.